On September 16, 1976, world champion Finnswimmer Shavarsh Karapetyan was finishing a 30-mile training run in his native Armenia when he suddenly heard a sound that made the hairs on the back of his neck stand up. From far off in the distance, he heard people screaming for help. As he got closer, he realized with horror that a trolley bus had gone over a 4-foot-tall dam wall and plunged into the murky depths of Yerevan Lake. Without hesitation, the 23-year-old Olympic champion sprinted toward the scene. As onlookers watched in anticipation, Karapetyan stripped down to his swimming trunks and dove into the filthy water. The bus was around 18 feet underwater, and the visibility was almost zero. But that didn't matter to the courageous swimmer. After swimming 15 feet down, he managed to locate the trolley bus and realized with growing horror that all the windows were shut tight. He could see people inside waving frantically, but there was no way he was going to get them out unless he broke a window himself. With great effort, he managed to kick at one of the rear windows, shattering it and making a gash in his lower legs in the process. As the people inside scrambled to escape, he surfaced, gasping for breath. It took a full 20 minutes for him to bring the first people to the surface. But one by one, he managed to pull 37 people out of the water, 20 of whom were still alive. 9 others managed to escape through the gaping hole in the rear window, bringing the total number of survivors to 29. Sadly, 10 people lost their lives. But when divers arrived at the scene, they found something even more shocking. The trolleybus had been carrying 80 passengers at the time of the accident, not 29. That meant that almost everyone on board had managed to escape through the window or had been saved by the heroic swimmer. But what happened to Shavarsh? Fortunately, his heroism came at a cost. The water in the lake was absolutely filthy, and as he pulled people to the surface, many of them grabbed onto him, scratching and clawing at his skin. Others had panicked and were thrashing about, hitting him with their flailing limbs. By the time he got back to shore, he was bleeding profusely. And within a few days, he developed pneumonia, which filled his lungs with fluid. For a week, he was unable to breathe properly, but miraculously, he pulled through. However, the experience left his lungs permanently scarred. And for 3 weeks afterwards, he was confined to a hospital bed, unable to walk on his own. He had to learn to walk all over again. But amazingly, just 12 months later, he competed in 2 competitions, winning a gold medal and breaking his 11th world record. But that was the end of his competitive career. When he dove into that dirty lake, he knew he might be sacrificing his life. And although he survived, he paid a heavy price for his heroism. Do you know anyone who's a true hero? If so, please share your story in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Thanks for watching.